Is going on, my brother?
Peace, bro. What's happening with you?
Let's see. Let me put these earbuds in and we can get to hearing each other. You there, family?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm just now connecting on Bluetooth. Let's see. Are you there?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, fantastic. I can hear you. Absolutely. Man, we live. It's another Saturday, man. You looking like 4K, 6K on the camera, man. I mean, woo, I gotta get me one of those, man. I gotta get me one of those. You ready to get this day going?
Let's rock it.
All right, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Folks, once again, welcome to another episode of the Tipping Point Morning Show. It is yours truly, Mr. Just Ask Joe, and my brother from another mother, brother, Esoteric Concepts himself, my family. Brother, let's go ahead and get this thing moving.
You are listening to The Tipping Point Show with your host, Mr. Just Ask Joe, John Yeah. Right here on WLOU. Stream it live on Facebook and WLOUonline.com. And now, The Tipping Point Show.
What is going on, America? What is going on, world? As the number one live podcast show in the world, it is the Tipping Point Morning Show. Welcome, 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 everyone. Brother Esoteric Concepts, Brother John Ya. How you doing, family?
Man, I'm awesome, man. I am awesome. Great opening, man. I see you in a great up mood.
Oh, man, you know what, man? I'm in a great mood whether I'm not in a great mood, because sometimes even if you ain't in a great mood, you got to fake it till you make it.
Man.
It is just something that you have to do. And so even if you're faking it till you make it, guess what? You're going to make it. Exactly. You're going to get that mood, that energy is going to come to you, and you're going to start feeling great. Family, I see people already starting to tune in, jump in. Come on, y'all. Go ahead, give us our shout outs. Let me know who's watching. Let me know who's peeking. And that way we can go ahead and give you a shout out right back. But man, it's been an interesting week, man, and I like to start the show out, positive and whatnot, but I got to figure out, man, what do we got to do? We got to spread some type of love energy or something in the air, man. Because something's going on in this country, and I mean, I'm sorry, but I think that somebody's doing it on purpose. That's what I believe, but that's just me. I'm one of those people who, I'll sit back and believe that they doing it on purpose, man. And you can call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but bruh, what the heck is going on in this country? What we got to do, man? Hey, is there some love potion juice or something that if anybody got some love potion juice, look, we'll go ahead and we'll sell it right here on the Tipping Point Show. Make it an aerosol spray. We need some love potion aerosol spray, and we can just walk around when we see negative stuff going on, but that's what needs to happen. Grand rising, great rise, Phyllis Satya. You know what? I gotta check in with her. I'm gonna get some word of mouth with Brother Frank, and then I'm coming over to get a tune-up, because I didn't heard about it, and I tell you what, sounds like the way a brother needs to go to get that body tuned up. So yes, she has an amazing art that she does, and definitely want to get involved with that. But how's your week been, man?
Man, it's been awesome. Of course, busy. I have not been tuning into anything on the news. I just been hearing bits and pieces from individuals. But I tell you, that's the mindset, and that is because I refuse to allow that to enter into my space. So I don't entertain it. So I don't know nothing about it. I'm not reading any stories about it, anything, because I'm not digesting it, right? And what that means is that it doesn't mean that I'm numb. What that means is that it's not dealing in my space. In my space is my dimension. That's someone else's space and someone else's dimension, right? And I allow it into my space, and you know what I create? I create fear. Is it going to happen to me? Am I going to see it? Is it going to happen to my child, right? Oh, what can I do to stop it? And that creates the gravity that it could happen to me, or that it could put it into my space, right? So, I'm not into it like that. And I think some people say, well, don't you need to be informed of only what I need to know, and the universe is going to bring me what I need to know to make it in this dimension, in this society, right? So I think for the most part, man, listen, what you have is a lot of people living imitations or following the art, so it's not like art is mimicking reality. No, reality is mimicking the art. They put that stuff on television and play it over and over again for a reason.
And you know what, you said that when you said that, I was already thinking something. And one of the things I was thinking about is the fact that I think there's a lot of people that feel like they want to know, like with the way you rock and kind of how we try to rock, how I try to rock as well. I just need to keep going, keep doing what I'm trying to do, keep accomplishing what I'm trying to accomplish, and not worry about all the other stuff, right? But because of TV and whatnot, I think people feel like, okay, I need to know if the world's going to end tomorrow, because if it's going to end tomorrow, then according to the TV and the movies and everything that I've seen, I need to go out and do all the stuff that I couldn't do or something, or I need to go and kiss all my loved ones and whatnot if the world's going to end tomorrow. Well, if the world's going to end tomorrow and you kiss your loved ones today, it ain't going to matter no way. So you might as well just keep doing what you're doing, because guess what? The world might not end tomorrow. So, but go ahead, man.
Well, it's really a distraction. So if you, in other words, your talent is yet to be discovered if you have not found something that you can share with the world, and you will share it willingly and free, right? Because everyone has this certain talent. But if you're so distracted based upon fear, your back's up against the wall with the end of the world mentality, you'll never produce what it is you're here to produce. And that's the thing. I think if people ask themselves, at the state of your life right now, just ask yourself, if you stay where you are right now with your mentality, where will you be in 5 years if you stay where you are right now with the same mentality? In 5 years, you will be exactly the same place, running from fear to fear, and not having the ability to discover what you are, who you are, and what you're here to present. Everyone has a genius level of talent. The question is, what have you discovered in yourself that you are here to offer? If you ain't discovered that, you have no business watching the news. If you really haven't discovered that, because here's the thing. The thing about this end of the world talk, or what I need to know, do you know the universe can download information to you that you need to know if you're eating right, getting the proper sun, right? And just staying humble. The universe is going to tell you, hey, pick your shit up, pack up, and go south, right? It's going to let you know that. And so, basically you're listening to the wrong thing. If you believe in God and believe in the universe, then what is the universe telling you? By cutting the TV off is the only way you can listen to what it is you're here to do. And I think that's the distraction. They're going to keep it up. So, and it works because people's mindset is steeped in poverty. And guess what? People's mindset is in other people's business, worried about other people and what they're doing, what they ain't got. And they have not yet exercised their own ability to achieve.
Hey, man, you are just, man, you speaking truth. And with the idea of speaking truth and the idea of getting your mind moving forward, we're going to go ahead and do the crypto wrap up with our brother from another mother, coming from one of the leaders of Bitcoin campus as well. It's brother Crypto Cliff. with the crypto wrap up right here on the Tipping Point Morning Show. Brother, how you doing there?
I'm doing excellent. How your brother's doing this morning?
Awesome, brother.
Hey, that was a great message you just got finished saying, man. Hey, the universe will tell you everything you need to know about your journey in life and where you should be going. That was an amazing message, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Well, I want to get on here, man, and spread just a little bit of news, a little bit of a motivation in the crypto space right now, man. Listen, I think the best opportunity for everyone right now in getting into cryptocurrency is to buy stable coins and to buy metaverse tokens. Right now, everything that's centered around us is going towards the metaverse. People are literally downloading their consciousness into the metaverse, and they're literally spending 90% of their lives in the metaverse now. So by buying into the metaverse tokens, I think that's the biggest opportunity. I believe the metaverse tokens will create the next crypto millionaires.
So you just said something. You said they are downloading their conscious into the metaverse, which scares the shit out of me when you say something like that. But nonetheless, what do you mean when you talk about that?
Well, they found that the components of our brain, our DNA, actually holds a certain amount of information. So they turned around and they found ways to actually harness that information and actually be able to put that information in computerized terms. So now people are literally paying money. They have a long list of people that are literally paying money right now to to wait in line to get their consciousness downloaded into the metaverse.
It's been in the movies, y'all. They've been telling you for a long time.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, Brother Griff.
So this is my point about this whole entire scenario. I would never be getting in line to download my consciousness to anything, but you can benefit off of other people's stupidity. so
that's right.
With that being said, I think people should be really investing into metaverse tokens, Decentraland, Hero, Axie Infinity. I just read an article, actually seen a video and read an article on Axie Infinity, how this guy actually went and downloaded the Axie Infinity game and actually became a millionaire just off of playing a cryptocurrency game. He was making $200 a month before then in Indonesia. Now he's a millionaire just by playing a metaverse game. Axie Infinity, Block, Starla, UFO, Fluky. These are just a few of the metaverse tokens that I think people should be putting into their portfolios for long-term gain. I truly, honestly believe the metaverse will create the next crypto millionaires.
Brother.
One question: What is the cost of those tokens right now? The metaverse token.
You can buy Mana right now for I think $1.20. Mana's all-time high was around $6. So right now, in this bearish market, you're buying at the bottom price. So when Mana actually goes back up and actually hits its all-time high, you just made 6 times your investment. I believe Mana has the ability to go up to $25 to $30 per token. So right now is a critical time for you to be able to get into that play, and that's one of the top metaverse tokens.
Absolutely, and just to keep it all the way basic for those that might be watching that don't understand when they say bearish or bullish. Just think of a bear. When a bear attacks, it comes from above and it pushes you down, right? So that's a bearish market. A bullish market, it comes from below and takes them horns and it pushes you up. So again, when you start looking at that, I like to keep it basic for people out there just in case. But when we start talking about the next big thing and all that good stuff, where are you outside of just crypto? But are you looking at NFTs and things of that nature as well?
Yeah, I believe when I talk about the metaverse, I believe that the metaverse tokens will actually come in and actually replace what NFTs are doing right now. NFTs are pretty much revolutionizing everything in the crypto space right now. It's a smart way for people to be able to put their money in the assets that's actually going to appreciate with value and bring ownership back to our content. Basically, that's basically what NFTs, the whole purpose of NFTs are. Now, I think the next sector on top of NFTs will be metaverse, and metaverse and NFTs are kind of interchangeable. They kind of go hand in hand. When you buy, say for instance, you in Upland or you in Decentraland and you're buying virtual properties, you're literally buying NFTs in the metaverse. So it's kind of like it's not two separate entities, but one entity going and moving forward. And metaverse is just like the second, the top tier of the entity.
Gotcha. So I mean, it's as you hear it, folks. It is stable coins from the metaverse tokens. You got Hero, Decentraland, Mana, Infinity, and there was a host of others as well. Will you do us a big favor, brother, and go hit up the Tipping Point Morning Show Facebook page, and if you don't mind, just create a post and post some of that so that we can continue to pass that on to some of our listeners. And we appreciate you and thank you for coming for the 5-minute crypto wrap up right here with Crypto Cliff. Thank you so much, brother.
No problem. Y'all have a good one, brothers.
Peace. All right, peace,
all right.
Bro.
Peace, bro. Man, that was dope. I did not know that. I did not know that we were sitting here and downloading consciousness. I mean, this is crazy because they've been telling us in the movies. I just finished watching a Netflix joint that was all about that, and it was actually wild and interesting all at the same time. It's amazing to think about that. Download your consciousness, bro. What you thinking? I mean, are you ready to pack up and bounce yet?
Everything is made based upon the human anatomy and the human body. Even when we're looking at Wi-Fi has already been here. Basically, that's telepathic communication, right? So, what they're doing is any technology and science can only study the basis of what's already here in the human being, right? So there's communication that we can communicate without verbal. And it is actually verbal language is the lowest level of communication, actually, the verbal language, right? Speaking. Feeling someone is the highest communication, where you feel someone, you unspoken. You can feel energy, you can feel negative, you can feel positive by being in the present. If you are in tune with yourself, no matter if they're in tune or not, you can feel their energy. That's telepathic communication. That's Wi-Fi, baby. And so, of course, consciousness plays a role because we're looking at consciousness. Everything around you came from some conscious matter before it became a matter of fact in front of your face. It was first a conscious theory just in the mind before it became a matter of fact in your face. So of course it's not really easy to really comprehend how they're just using your knowledge to mimic your knowledge.
Wow. Using your knowledge to mimic your knowledge. That sounds like it needs to be on something somewhere. I don't know if it's a t-shirt or something, but it needs to be on something, man. But
well, look at what he said. He mentioned something about and I'm paraphrasing, is I guess in a sense of taking advantage of people who are stupid. In a sense, that's not quite what he said, but nevertheless, when you look at energy and where energy is spent, pay attention to everything when something's getting ready to happen or going down. What happens is that information comes out to distract us. And so when they distract us, guess where our energy goes? They watch it. They go invest in what it is our energy is going into, and that's how they make money. So basically, they'll put something on the screen, or they'll put something out there that will make you upset, make you go riot or go do something. Then they find a way to invest in it and get ahead of you, right? Because they're already putting the information out there and they're watching how you think, meaning that Black people, most of us, we are just batteries being used, and we're unaware of the emotion that we have. If they can change our emotion with a flick on the screen, they control us. And if they can control us, they can get us to buy a product or stop buying a product. So then they'll know where to put their money based upon where our emotions is going.
Man, that is amazing. And I'm telling y'all, you need to listen up. You need to act. Hey, shout out to Enzo Intelligence. Shout out to Omnietic. Top of the morning to you too, brother. What did he say? Next Earth, NXTT, buys land in the metaverse. Okay, so now we downloading consciousness, buying land. People probably gonna spend money and buy the house that they got sitting right behind them, and go live in that house in the metaverse. Well,
when you think about it, the metaverse stock is $190.78 right now per share. If you're going to go into the metaverse coin, also invest in the stock. Get you a few shares. Who knows, that share may go up $2,000 or $3,000 per share. Just hold on to it, and watch it grow. If metaverse,
you look at stuff like Amazon doing that, exactly. $3,000 a share. Right. As a matter of fact, on the 6th, they're splitting their stock. Right. And so, speaking of stocks, we got a brother that's going to be coming up. I think he might have lost connection here, but he's going to be coming up. We're going to go to commercial real quick, and then we'll come right back with brother Leonard Walker right here talking about some stocks as we have an amazing show, folks, which, again, we'll be talking a lot today about 5 things you need to know to be a successful entrepreneur. Part 2 with Heather Weatherspoon. Folks, coming right up shortly. We'll be right back here on the Tipping Point Morning Show.
Thank you, Truth Be Told, for allowing God's Lives Matter to be a sponsor. Wearable products, as the purple t-shirt, is bearing witness. Every life created by God has infinite value. Visit God'sLivesMatter.com.
Hey folks, check out healthdaddywow.net. 100% plant-based herbs and supplements. Whether you're in person or online, use the word tipping for 10% off. Remember, feel better, look great, healthdaddywow.net. Remember, healthdaddywow.net.
Habibi Trading Company, home of soap, sticks, and Saya Baba products. Over 400 locations at a store near you. Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky, Southern Indiana, or find yours online at sayababa.com. Again, that's sayababa.com. Habibi Trading Company, where you can find fragrances to incite your senses.
I don't need to sit at your table. We building one. We in the process of building a table. We building a table. I don't gotta sit at your table. I'm building my own table, and I will build you a table in the presence of your enemies.
You are listening to The Tipping Point Show with your host, Mr. Just Ask Joe, John Yeah. Right here on WLOU. Stream it live on Facebook and WLOUonline.com. And now, The Tipping Point Show.
All right, folks. We are back once again with the Tipping Point Morning Show. And it looks like my brother from another mother, brother Leonard Walker. Let's see. I think he's having a couple technical difficulties, but here he is, none other than Leonard Walker. I tell you what, folks, this brother right here is absolutely amazing. And one of the things that I love about him is that he is a retired brother. And look at him. Look at that face, folks. Look at that smile right there. Look at them glasses. You know what I mean? He is just chilling like a villain, retired and loving it. Brother Leonard Walker, how you doing? Welcome to the Tipping Point Morning Show, family. Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We probably got a little bit of a lag, so we understand that. I know how that goes traveling out of town. I had to do it this past weekend, but go ahead, brother, man. You are I think one of the things, John and I agree, we love your spirit. All right. So that's first and foremost. So love having a conversation with you.
it's kind of lagging. Do I sound like a robot?
No, you don't sound like a robot. We just know that we have this lag, so we're gonna understand that and try to rock with it. But with that in mind, brother, you've got a couple stock ideas or stock tips from us or for us. As a brother like you has been able to retire comfortably in your 50s, then give us some thoughts in your mind about that. I see he's on the move there. Man, you're buffering, man. You're buffering. I know you was moving. I tell you what,
we can set him up if he comes back. If not, we'll set him up for next week.
That'll work. But look, real quick before we bring on our next guest, you this week, you were telling me that you bought a cow. Did you buy a cow? I mean, I thought you didn't drink milk, man. I mean, what you gonna do with a cow, man? What kind of cow was it?
I call it my cash cow, my ATM machine.
Okay. So ATM machine. Is this what them cash cows is looking like?
That's what new cash cows looking like. Yes.
Man, hey, I feel privileged sometimes when I rock with you because, for instance, you were showing me in the creation of this and what you were trying to do to make this all come together. You were showing me some things. And real quick, we'll jump on here with Leonard Walker because he's back. And then we'll come back to this and talk real quick about this cash cow that you got going on. All right. Brother Leonard, you there?
I'm here. I'm back. Yeah, like I said.
All right.
Must be in a bad area or something. I don't know.
It's all good. Well, before we lose you again, man, as a retired brother in your 50s, looking good out here with the awesome spirit, man. Give the viewers just a couple things that they could do to potentially retire comfortably themselves. Is there any stock tips you got out there?
All righty. I don't know how well you guys can hear me. Can you hear me good?
Hear you well.
Very good.
Okay, good. So I was fortunate to be able to retire because of a pension that I qualified for from the military. That's not the case with everybody, but still the principles are the same. If you're looking to try to retire early, okay, there are a couple of keys here. The first key is to maintain low debt. Okay, if you have low debt, your money goes further, right? But number two, and I'm talking to people in their 20s and 30s right now, it's a good time to become a dividend investor. So what is a dividend investor? A dividend investor, unlike a growth investor, is somebody who invests in stocks that do nothing but pay dividends. Okay, so why is that important? One of the most important things when you retire is cash flow. All right, you're not looking to tie your money up to try to grow it and to cash out later down the road. You want something that's going to be paying you residuals either monthly or quarterly or whatever, right? Passive income. Okay, see, so like I said, is for the beginner, if you're in your 20s and 30s, one of the easiest stocks to try to get right now is what they call an ETF. All right, that's an exchange trade fund. What is an ETF? An ETF is something, is stock that has multiple stocks within it. All right. So, a lot of people can't figure out, well, should I do Amazon? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do so-and-so, such, this, that? Or, they're looking at these stocks and it's thousands of dollars per share. ETFs usually can be less than $100 a share, right? Give you a good example. I have an ETF called XLE. Right? XLE. XLE is an oil stock. So within that one, I don't just, buy from one oil corporation. I've got Exxon, I've got Mobil, I've got Marathon, I've got, Shell, Dutch Shell. It's hundreds of stocks, all right, all in one stock that you can buy and it's an index. What it is, the index is like one certain sector or area. So in oil energy, all of the major oil companies, I got that. Now I bought it at $37 a share. It's now at $83 a share. So you see these gas prices going up.
Exactly.
It's hard, to drive, but it's good on my pocket. Plus, it pays a quarterly dividend.
Oh, right? Wow.
Yeah, I've got some things now. They got these things called covered call ETFs, right? That do nothing but deal with call options, right? We won't get into that, but these ETFs pay me monthly, okay? They pay me monthly, so I get a monthly dividend off of this. And what you do when you're younger, you take that money, don't cash it out, just take it and continuously buy stocks, continuously buy the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And before you know it, you're in your 40s and you're bringing in, $5,000 a month. Yeah. So are you rich? No, I'm not rich. But hey, if my debt is low, right, and I'm with a good partner, all right, or a good spouse, and we got a good plan, that's $5,000 a month or more to where, you can live off of that easily. Okay. Yeah. And you're not doing anything. Your income is passive. Right. Every month you're getting some, every quarter you're getting some. That way, now your time is freed up. And you say, all right, well, you know what? I think I want to do this over here to make more money.
Right.
So like I said, is that's the key with these stocks. Like I said, there's some out there. I got one called QYLD. They pay a pretty good dividend. They pay about maybe, I think the last time I looked, it was about 25 cents a share. That doesn't sound like much, right? But as you know, if you got hundreds of shares, thousands of shares, next thing you know, you got, $250 here, $300 here, $500 here, $700 here, so this is what I'm saying is that's how you play the game. The earlier you start doing that, the earlier you can retire. So for all my 20-year-olds listening, for all my parents, if you got grown children, introduce your children to this strategy. That way you won't have to worry about them being broke or anything in the future, because financially they'll be straight. Like I said, and that's a legacy of knowledge that we can pass on. Say, hey son, hey daughter, do this right here. The little money you get, come off and buy some of this, and then do it until it starts to, when your interest starts buying more stocks. That's what you actually really want.
Let me ask you this question real quick. Okay, so dividends. When you invest in dividends, actually that continues to have a continuous growth. It is not like growth stocks where it can go up and down. When you invest in dividends, you're going to get that percentage every month or every 3 months. Now, when you allow your dividend to grow, instead of pulling it out to reinvest it back into the principal gets bigger, then your monthly dividends or every quarterly dividends get bigger, correct?
Right. The good thing about dividend investing, that's like right now, I've got 3 stocks that are not doing too well. That's because these stocks are they have the top 100 stocks. Okay. So you got Apple, Google, Amazon, Netflix, a bunch of different ones. Right now, those stocks are not doing well, which is really good. Which is good, because when they don't do well, that's when you want to buy them, right? So these stocks are not doing well. So my numbers are actually in the negative on those. But guess what? I still get a dividend every month. I still get, from my shares, I still get a dividend. Still, guess what? Is as I get a dividend and these stocks are lower, I can actually buy more because they're gonna rebound. The market is cyclic, so you'll have highs and you'll have lows. You buy in the lows, so when them highs come, you'd have made 5, 6, 7, 8 times your money.
Leonard, listen, next week, do us a favor and bring us some good dividends companies that we can invest in, and how do we get into the dividends of that company? Break that down for us next week, because dividends sounds very lucrative at this point for people to put their money away.
Right. Dividend investor versus exactly. I can do that.
Okay.
Let me give you one right now, right quick.
Okay.
Right now. and that's the one that I gave you guys.
Yeah.
Gold Ocean Group.
Yes.
Now, Golden Ocean Group, here's the problem is Golden Ocean Group is an ocean shipping company. I've seen a couple of more ocean shipping companies that do well, that pay like about $6 or $7 or $8 a share per dividend, right? So I was like, per stock. I was like, wow, these are pretty good here. So the thing that's affecting Golden Ocean Group right now is fuel prices, right?
Correct.
But still, 50 cents a share, 90 cents a share, it's all going to change. What we got to realize is that when prices are high and with things like oil and gas, that's unsustainable. Something is happening in the world that's causing these prices to go up. They're going to come back down again.
Correct.
But guess what? Is if you got something like XLE, whether they go up or down, you still getting a dividend every quarter, right? So that's that plus that helps your other stocks that depend on the cost. Like I said, ocean containers use a lot of fuel. So as the fuel prices come down, the stock will rise and you'll see a greater dividend again. See, so like I said, when we first did, it was 90 cents a share. That's almost $1 a share, right? You continue to buy more and more and more. And here's the key: I bought it for about $8 a share, $8 a share, and it's up to about 15, 16. So it's almost doubled in growth. So like I said, it's you got a bunch of stuff out here. If you do your due work. Now, before I get off, let me say this: I am not a financial advisor, and I'm not a stock advisor. I can just tell you what I do that works for me. Okay. I suggest everybody, if you're doing this, there's plenty of information out here. That's how I did. I just learned, off of different, people on the internet or whatever. And hey, and figured out what's going to be best. Educate yourself, do your due diligence, research, right? And it'll work out. And then be patient. Don't panic. So
there you go, folks. There you go. Appreciate you, Leonard. Y'all heard what he said. He said, use that supercomputer in the palm of your hand and do some research yourself. All right, brother. Hey, until next time, hopefully we can get you on next week as well. We talk more about those dividends, brother. We appreciate you.
All righty.
Absolutely. Love you, brother.
All right, you too.
All right, man. Hey, that was just jewel after jewel after jewel after jewel. And, I'm seeing our guest backstage. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. What's amazing about some great entrepreneurs is they are always students. And I'm seeing her backstage taking notes just the same as she's listening to Brother Leonard. But we're going to go ahead and come on and bring on our next guest, folks. I want to introduce you to none other than...
She can be my dope queen. We can make a dope scene, yeah. She's so...
Hey, Heather Weatherspoon, welcome to another episode, part 2 of the Tipping Point Morning Show, where we are talking that good talk about 5 things you need to know to be a successful entrepreneur. Appreciate you, sis. We see you getting your dance on. We love it. Welcome once again. All right. Now I know my brother John. This is kind of his thing, right? He's put together some questions and things for you, and you on his. I just want you to know you on his good side. So he ain't about to shove nothing down your throat. You know what I mean? If you ain't on his good side, then he will grab you and he will, ask you the questions and strangle you a little bit. Well, but you on his good side.
I have some good news for John. I'm glad I'm on his good side. So I want to let you know that I'm one of the first people that went to buy the Square processor reader. And I bought them at $9 a share. Now they're over $100 a share.
Wow.
I have 11 of them.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah. How long ago was that?
Let's see. My daughter's 7, so that might be about 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
Wow. Think about that, folks.
Yeah.
Just think about that. That was $99 that you spent roughly. Yeah. $100, we'll just say. And now you said that how much a share now?
$100 a share, and I bought them at $9 a piece.
Wow. So you talking thousands of percent over,
Yeah.
$100 to $1,100 plus. That's the $1,000 profit. And folks, just think about that. That can just be one investment that you make. And again, it's hodl. Hold on for dear life. It's not a quick get rich. This is something that, years down the road, as you think about your retirement. And that's the whole thing. When you're young, and I didn't get this, I'll be honest, I'm one of those, I didn't get it. When you're young, the idea is to focus on creating your comfortable later life.
Yeah.
Right? Because once the kids are grown up and everything, you can go run around the world and do a whole lot more things that you couldn't do before if you plan properly. And that's what this is all about. And that's why we bring the information that we bring to the table. Brother John, go ahead and take it over, family.
Greetings. Always, definitely. I loved your energy last time you was on. That's why I definitely wanted you back. Love the jewels that you was dropping. Unfortunately, we didn't get to have you that long. That's why we wanted to redo this. But I want to talk about, I want you to explain the 5 points that individuals who are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur needs to know to be successful. And then we can just talk about those 5 points, and as you just list them out, I'm sure you got them in your head. I'm sure you got them somewhere laying around. So let's talk about it. Let's go in. What's the first point?
All right. So the first point is know your numbers. What's your budget? Okay. When we always get into owning our business or running a business, we just go out and buy equipment, buy supplies, buy tools. And then you wonder, okay, I got to make this money back, but nobody's getting my services. What do I do? And we panic, and then we close the business. So it's very important to know your numbers.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
So
and in that sense, it's almost like being an accountant.
Yes.
Being your own accountant, knowing your numbers. Great point.
Yes.
So we're gonna put that out there. Know your numbers. So what would you get in on point number 2? What would you say?
Point number 2 is, who is your market and your audience? You have to know who that is. I'm in the beauty industry. I do waxing. So my audience would not necessarily be anybody who's looking to go to the ice cream parlor every day. I'm not going to advertise them. Not necessarily somebody who goes to the gym. Maybe not, maybe so, maybe not. So you have to know your market. Where do they shop? What kind of client do you want? How much money do you want to make? Again, back to number 1. How much money do you want to make? Now you have to go find those people. Case in point, if your pricing starts at $200 and above, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go find your audience who works at McDonald's or Walmart. So you have to go to where your people are.
That's right.
Okay. So we got know your customer, or know your customer / know your audience. All right.
That's your marketing. That's your marketing.
Yes. And number 3, we have business credit. Every business owner needs business credit. We touched a little bit about that last time. A lot of people think, again, especially our people, oh, I'm going to open a business. And then you wonder why you go broke. The first 3 to 6 months, use business credit, OPM, other people's money. Credit and business funding, of course, is 2 different things. So that's a whole different topic. But you've got to have business credit in order to make this thing work. Remember, I told you I have 3 offices. I wouldn't be able to do that unless I had business credit.
Awesome. Listen, now, and I know you've heard this. I'm sure in your journey of coming up, you've heard that people say credit isn't good. Why would you use credit to buy a business if you already have the money to buy the business? Why would you want to use someone else's money? I've heard people downplay that as to say that is, you're not 100% ownership if you go borrow the money to start a business. Talk on that.
Well, first of all, they have to understand that personal credit is different from business credit. Now, of course, that's business funding, and that goes off your personal credit, which is completely different. But business credit. So when people say that to me, I ask them, so do you like being broke? because that's pretty much what you're doing. You're using your own money. You're taking money from your family, from your children, from your bills, from yourself. Remember, as business owners, we're supposed to pay ourselves first and pay everybody else. So how are you going to do that and run the company, pay your team just by off of your income? You only make $2,000 a week. How are you going to do that? So therefore, you leverage the business credit. Use it. Again, remember, we talked about mindset. This is the problem with us, mindset. Oh, I don't want to use that. I don't want to use that. So you want to be broke every day. Okay, go right ahead. Be my guest. Go get it.
You know, now as we dip into, you know, and let's see, we got business credit is number 3, and then we're getting ready to gear into number 4. But as we dip into this, you know, since the last time you were here, I've been seeing a tremendous amount of live videos where you jump on and share a bunch of stuff. Now, you know, I was new to your page before, you know, you came to the show, but, you know, I there were some live videos, but, you know, it seemed like since you left the show last time, there was a bunch that, like, you've been getting it in on the live video segment. So was there anything inspiring that happened from the last show? Did you sit back and say, you know what, I need to dig in some more, because that's what I see you doing?
Life, you know, I and like I told you, I get questioned by tons of people, men and women, on how to better themselves within their brand, within their business. They want to grow. And so when they ask me these questions and I give them the answers, and I turn around and I see them do the complete opposite, and they're crying, oh, well, Heather, I don't know how to do this, and I can't. Did you
People focus on what they're comfortable with, rather than doing what
and you have to come out
they're
of your
supposed to do.
You have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to step outside that box. If I stayed in the box that people in this state put me in, I would not be talking to you.
And you say in this state, and it's interesting that you say that, because, you know, like, I got another friend, she bounced from Kentucky. She calls it Mayberry a lot. Sister Ash Higgs, she's open about it on her page. But she's another wonderful minded business owner. We'll have to get her on the show as well. But, you know, what is it? What do you think it is in this state? Is there something in this state? Is there an energy? Something? I know personally, I can say that I experienced when I first moved here back in 2005, and I've been back and forth. But when I moved here in 2005, I was rocking with Acorn, you know, and I was rah fighting the LG&E hikes, and I go knock on a bunch of doors, man. Everybody be like, yeah. I mean, I'm literally hundreds of doors a day. I can remember, and then telling everybody come out to LG&E 9th and Broadway at such and such time, and then it's like 4 of us show up, and 2 of them ran as soon as the security guard came out, you know. So, but we did the damn thing and made it look like it was a big deal, right? But I'm just saying that there's a mindset, a fear monger mindset. Is that what you experience in this state as you say that, or what makes you say state?
Not only that, but if you're not popular, you're nobody. And so then we find people, men and women, who like to run with those popular people, and they don't give the others a chance. So again, I say, if you're not popular, then they don't want to fool with you, not knowing that this person who's not popular could possibly know more and do more than the person who you think or who may look popular.
Yeah, because you know, you could be hitting them. You could be an extremely successful 6-figure, moving on up to 7 figures earner, and nobody know, because you worried about who's popular. I get it. I hear what you're saying. So let's look at number 4. Go ahead.
Louisville kind of runs on cliquish. Cliquish mentality. You know, it's not so much as open as this little click thing. Okay, good. All right. So line of credit was number 3. And what's number 4?
Number 4 is have a plan.
Okay.
Have a plan. And I tell my students who are just coming from beauty school, have a plan. Even when you are in beauty school or wherever, you want to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. This is why it's very important to have a business plan. Now, sometimes business plans can be very costly. They take time. Again, this is not an overnight thing. One of my business plans for one of my businesses took 30 days to write. And I cried 30 days getting this thing done. But I had to have a plan in order to get the money from the investor. You can't just walk up and say, hey, John, I got an idea. I need some money.
Right. Exactly.
Need 10,000. Well, how you going to spend it? Where's it going to go? How you going to make it back? Who's doing what you're doing? Well, I got to have a plan.
Yeah.
Everybody has a plan except for us. We got a plan to go buy some shoes. But you need a plan to get that money back. So what's your plan? So have a plan.
One of the things I did, and I'm glad you mentioned about the business plan, and I tell this story a lot. 10 years ago, I was 10 years in my business, and I hooked up with Edwin Fox with Raymond James, and he was going to set me up with angel investors. He was going to put me before these angel investors because I was looking to borrow $100,000. And when you do an angel investor, they don't want to join into your capital part of your business. They just want their interest back. They want their money and 10% of the interest back. Boom, and go your way. So I remember he told me, he said, get a business plan together. I said, damn, business plan. I started my business with just out of my head, right? I think I know what I'm doing. Why I need a business plan for? And when it took me 3 months to do my business plan. But as I was doing my business plan, I learned so much about my business that when I finished, I didn't need to go before the angel investors. I understood that I was making enough money to accumulate what it is I was looking to do. And I started my website. I started a new brand. I did everything kind of all over again based upon having a business plan because I knew my target market. I knew my customers. I knew my competition. I knew my forecasting. I understood how to crunch my numbers and who was buying my products and where was they buying. I knew everything I needed to know. And I tell everyone, if you have a business and you may think you're successful because you haven't, wait until you do a business plan. If you do a business plan, it would enhance your understanding of your business tenfold.
It'll make you think whether or not you really want to do it.
Right.
Wait, never mind. I don't want to do
it. Well, I mean, and if it takes you long enough to keep doing your business plan, some people take them 30 days. Some people take, next thing you know, a year's gone by and you haven't moved forward in that business because you haven't completed that business plan. Because every time you think about that business plan, you get into a whole nother mood. Guess what? You probably shouldn't be doing that business.
Right.
Right. I mean, so you're right about that. Exactly. And I'm gonna be sitting at your table here in a minute here shortly.
All right. Business plan number 4 is a must-have. Have a plan. What is the 5th one?
The 5th one is supply and demand. What product or service are you going to offer to your audience? I find this to be one of the important ones because I see so many people in the beauty industry. They want to offer something because their friend is offering that. And because their friend is making money, they think, oh, I can do it too. And you can, true enough. But again, do you know your market? Do you know your numbers? Do you have a plan? Things of that nature. So your friend did that. Your friend's been in the game for 2, 3, 5 years. You've only been in it for 6 months. It's a completely different story. You buy all this equipment. You want to do body contouring, but you're somewhere where body contouring is frowned upon or it's not trending. And then you wonder why you're not making money and you're mad at your friend and you cut ties and you close your business.
Yeah, body contouring don't work in the Amish community.
See, a lot of rural areas, it does not work. You've got to be somewhere. You've got to be willing to travel. So what is your product? What is your service?
Have you came across people that had a great idea, a great product, but failed to move it based on they're not willing to talk on it and get out there and get in front of the product?
That's every day. Every student I come across, when I talk about social media and market and advertise your business, oh, I don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, but you're on Facebook talking about who you don't like and who you want to fight. That don't make sense to me.
Wow.
You know, if you have this bomb idea, and I know for a fact this will generate you $10,000 to $15,000 a month, or maybe more, and I give you the tools to do it because you've asked me, and then you don't do it, you just lost money. You lost. You can only be mad at yourself, and I said you can only be mad at yourself. And I've even called out a girl for that. I said, you were on Facebook talking about a hot dog, but you can't talk about your business.
Wow. Yeah. Here's another one. And I'm probably sure you ran into this. A person starts a business. Of course, they say they started a business. But one of the things I found in certain people, when you trying to get, like, you know, it's a hobby to them. It's something they do on the side. It's not something they got a job over here, but they're doing this little hobby on the side. And what I found was that's okay. That's okay if what you used the word last time, hungry enough.
Yeah.
Because some people, when you request their service, your project sits on the sideline because they have a job. They don't eat off that. If they eat off that position, they're going to get that job done really quick for you, opposed to just setting it on the side and letting it wait while you're trying to. I know people have done that. And I said I had quit going to people who was doing work on the side, opposed to going to someone that does that for a living when I wanted a project done.
John, I got one better for you. Do you know how much money I lost making somebody else rich? I worked for a Fortune 500 company, healthcare company, years ago. And when I started out, you know, that was me. Doing eyelashes was my hobby. But because I was so good at it and I was so precise, perfection, if you will, so many people, word of mouth, my name got out and I started to build my brand. And I said, I got to do something. I got to do something. I had my son and then I had my daughter. I got to do something. So I left corporate America. My mother was livid. She said, Heather, how are you going to survive? I said, Mom, I got a plan. I took my 401k, which I know I should not have, but I didn't know that back then. I cashed out 401k. I got my supplies, got back in the salon.
Love it.
12 years later, here I am. Do something. I was hungry. I was starving. I had 2 kids. They were starving. I can't let y'all starve. Me, okay, but I can't let y'all starve.
Right. Wow.
And you talking a couple different levels of starvation here.
Yeah.
One business, one physical.
Yeah.
You know, it got to get it in.
Yes. And see, here's what else too. People think, oh, this is comfortable. You know, this is security. But you've got to do research. You can get your own health insurance. You can get your own life insurance policy. You can get your own 401k. You can get your own Roth and traditional IRA. You can get that. But it's all about how you budget your money and if you know your numbers. If you don't budget your money, if you don't know your numbers, you're not going to be able to do it. You're going to leave corporate America, or you're going to stay and be miserable. Misery loves company. You're going to stay and be miserable. You're going to continue to make this company millions of dollars, and you're sitting here losing millions of dollars that you could have put in your own brand.
You know, and I think a lot of people don't think about it like that.
They don't. They don't.
That's a different way of thinking.
Well, I get a paycheck every 2 weeks. Baby, I get paid every day. I get paid in my sleep. While these people, while this team lead and while the corporate people that you never see who work downtown, while they sleep, they're making bags. They get it off of you and you're running yourself ragged, working 12, 15 hours a day. And they're like, oh, I'll have a latte. I want to be one of them people. I want a latte.
Yeah, right.
Until you change your mindset, you're going to forever be bringing them a latte when you could have somebody else bring you a latte.
Wow. I tell you what, man, you know, this is, it's always interesting conversation when we talk business, but I'm gonna tell you what, and this is no lie. What I notice more so is that when we drop jewels like this,
Mhm.
we will have the lowest live viewership.
Yeah.
Right. But if we come and talk some type of rhetoric
Mhm.
out there going on, people love drama
Oh yes.
more than they love building themselves. Like, why do you think that is?
People and the pandemic has taught us this. People don't want to work anymore. They want you to give it to them. They want you to put everything together. Here you go. It's done. And then they reap the benefits. No, baby, that's not how life works. When we was growing up, we had to go work, right? You had to get out there, you had to go to work. You had to get tired, you had to sweat, you had to do something.
I mean, when I was younger, I couldn't wait to work. I mean,
we had our own money. We didn't have to ask nobody for no money. You wanted to go to the movies, you got your own little change, you got pay your little phone bill. We was happy. Nowadays, social media has consumed the mind, and I say this to everybody, has consumed the mind. Social media will have you thinking that you got to have a Benz, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I got to have a Benz.
Damn.
No, baby, that's not how it works.
Soon as you get that $500 a week job, they go out and get that Benz, right? Because it makes sense.
And they have no plan. They have no nothing. All they know is, I see this mogul on Instagram with this G-Wagon. I got to go get a G-Wagon. No, you got to go put in some work to get that G-Wagon.
Exactly.
You know how
ugly Mercedes anyway.
What they had to do to get that G-Wagon. First of all, let's talk about that. They didn't just roll over and no, they had to go to work. And you got to go to work too. So again, that's why I said, John, how hungry are you?
How hungry are you? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think, maybe the Paris Hiltons or Kardashians of the world, they may have just rolled over and got that G-Wagon, I don't know who they rolled over with, but
take a deeper look in that. Kardashians, she got it from her father. Her father was he had to go to school for that.
Somebody had to work for it.
Exactly. and that's what people need to think about when you start talking about stuff like that. And I was making a bad joke at that point with her rolling over, but nonetheless, his kids afford the ability to do whatever the hell they want to do in life.
Yeah.
And it seems like now they finally got some things together as they are opening up businesses left and right, from makeup and everything that has to do with them in general. Yeah. So now the legacy continues and their kids will now continue on, which is just freaking amazing. So don't sit back and look at the celebrity like that and say, oh, they this, that, and the other. And that's the problem. We see the after fact. We see the aftermath. Right. People don't see the work that went in to creating that wealth.
And also too, a lot of people don't talk about the losses. They see business on, oh, you got it all.
Because they don't see the before the fact.
Right. You don't see how much money I lost. A lot of people don't talk about that. Oh, I made $500,000. But how much did you spend? How much did you really lose? How much net? Not gross. How much did you net?
Sound like a talk for people who buy lottery tickets every week.
Exactly. Well,
you won $200 today, but you didn't spend $1,000 to get there.
Exactly. Yes. And people look at me, oh, you doing? I'm like, sweetheart, you have not an idea how much I spent in one day to make what I made in one day.
Correct. What I find in most cases, people have what I believe is I would call personality failure.
Yes.
Their personality is automatically set to fail. We don't look at, I give you an example, as a people, looking at you should be to celebrate you. You did it, you made it, boom. Instead, we look at us, those who have made it. Some of us look at ourselves, those who have made it, either sellouts or something unreachable.
Yeah.
To the point to where you are an enemy, or somehow you done signed over your life to give up something in order to get what
programming.
Becomes the mindset, and I call it personality disorder and it's personality failure, because some people are unemployable. They have that mentality until they change it. Unfortunately, if they got it, they got it. But unfortunately, if they don't change it, they will never succeed. Let me ask you this: in this society of the racial hype and everything that's going on, do you see any of this that's going on stopping you from getting the wealth that you want in this dimension?
No.
Good for you.
And I say it with ease because, and I have gone through that. I have gone through that. When I first started out in the industry, my name is Heather. And because of my phone voice, they automatically thought, oh, she's Heather, you know.
Yeah.
And when they see me, I've had several women walk out of my establishment. Oh, you're Heather? You're servicing me? Yes. Ooh. Oh, yeah. And I said with a smile, yes, ma'am, I am. How may I help you today? Never mind. God bless you. Have a great day. But now, because I know that I know that I know, and I can prove to you that I know more than her, I have no problem. My clients have no problem paying me $200, $300, $500 because I know that I know that I know. And I produce that. I teach them things that are not on Google. I teach them things that they have not gone through. I prepare them for what they're about to go through. No problem. Because I know my market. I know my audience. I know the kind of person that I want.
So you began to walk in this light before you actually had this lifestyle.
Oh, yes.
You was already mentally walking in this light because I can see that.
Yes.
Mindset, programming.
I told my mother, and remember, words have power. You know that, you put it in the atmosphere. I told my mother, I said, why do we have to be rich to enjoy the luxury part of life? So I began to seek people who wanted those luxuries, those people who who put me in their budget. I did that 12 years ago.
So break that down real quick. You said you begin to search out the people who put you in the, break that down.
So, okay. So you have people, again, like I said, you know your market, okay? Know the product or service that you want to sell. The services and products that I offer may not be to everyone's liking, number one. Number two, it may not be in everybody's price range. So what I had to come up with was tiers. I had to break down. I have products from free to 50, 51 to 200, 201 to 500, so on and so forth. So everybody who comes my way, I have either a product or a service for you. You never leave my site empty-handed. So what I had to do was I had to switch. Okay, instead of me making $500 a day, I now want to make $1,500 a day. What service or product can I give to you that I know that you're going to buy and give me this much? I can't market to you because you're not going to pay that much. But I know I can market to you because you work here. You like to look like this. You got this because I hear you talk about it when we're together. Okay, so let me go and market you. I'm not going to let you go because you still give me $50, but you're going to give me $200. I still love you, but now I need you.
Awesome.
I love what you said about having tiers in your product lines from free 99 on up to, whatever, because you're catching the whole demographic of people, which is dope. And I relate to that coming from the world of fashion, for instance. So I used to be a manager at, let's say, DXL out on Shelbyville Road, right? And that company, let's say Lucky Jeans, was dope. Right. So you pay top dollar for the Lucky Jeans there, but go right next door to Steinmart and they have Lucky Jeans there. But guess what? If you hold them both up together, one's going to weigh heavier than the other one.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a difference in fabric and quality on this less expensive pair. But what you're learning or what I see when I saw that the company was focused on being able to grab the Chevy line customers on up to the Mercedes line customers. So they had a product line for each clientele. And I think that's dope with what you're implementing right there in your product lines as well. Absolutely. Love it. So
where are you teaching at? Where are you teaching at?
What's the next class?
The next class is actually this Monday. I'm teaching business credit, the Business Credit 101. I actually teach you how to structure your business from beginning to end. Okay. I give you over 20 vendors, verified vendors, who gives you lines of credit as well as things that you need, not just for your business, but for your home. And then all my other classes, pretty much, John, I travel a whole lot. Remember last time you spoke to me, I was in Florida.
Yes.
Back in Kentucky. Next month, I'll be back in Texas. I travel all over. Whoever wants me, whoever pays me, that's where I go.
Now, you're single. Are you single? Let me ask you that first.
I am.
Is that, and let me ask you something. This is very interesting. So, I think we had a segment about successful women being single. Why are they single? Is it difficult to find someone to match you?
It's very difficult. It is. Oh my God. And you know what, John? I'm 35. So now I'm at a point in my life where I automatically notice red flags. Mm-hmm. When we're young, we ignore them because, they're cute or what have you.
Yeah.
But now I'm at a point in my life where I'm growing, not just me, but my brand. I'm growing, and I need someone to not only keep up with me, but someone that I can converse with. Because, and I think it was Simone B had made a comment saying that I won't date a guy with a 9-to-5, but I'll date a businessman. And people took it to heart. And I said, I understand, because some people I can't talk to. I want to be able to be professional and a personal conversation. I want to travel, and you can't do that when you work.
And John, you talk about it all the time, where you say being able to lay in your woman's lap and have conversations about business. Just the same, getting her opinion and things of that nature. And I bet, Heather, when you do find some men out there that seem like they might be onto some stuff that could keep up with you and this, that, and the others, all the traits and qualities that you like, they're taken. So we're finding a shortage out here just the same. So what is a person like yourself, as we're jumping into this conversation about you being single and business and everything, what do you do out here? I mean, is there a place to go for all business people to go and find each other, or do you find it more of an attraction thing? You keep doing what you're doing, and that guy will come along.
Pretty much it. And the old people say, when you go out looking for stuff, you're going to find it, but what you like and what you want does not necessarily mean what you need. So just be patient and it'll come to you.
That's right.
Have fun, enjoy life. Go out with your friends. And when he feels that you are ready, he will put whomever is ready in front of you.
Absolutely. So, this was dope. We've got 5 amazing things, and I want to make sure I recap for everybody. Number one, what we're doing is we're talking a conversation of 5 things you need to know to be a successful entrepreneur. And this is part 2, because we've had this sis on before, and she's absolutely dope. So we wanted to bring her back again. But as we look at this, number 1, know your numbers. Mm-hmm. All right. Number 2, know your customer. That's your marketing, right? So number 3, and you know what, I should be putting these up on the screen as we do this. Again, number 2, know your customer. That's your marketing. And number 3, business credit.
Yes.
OPM. How can I explain it? Other people's money, folks. All right. So good stuff right there. Number 4, let's talk about having a plan. All right. That's a business plan. All right. And number 5, we're talking supply and demand. What product or service are you offering? All right. Just because your friend up the street is making an extra $5 selling them soda cans, don't mean that you can go out and do it too. All right. And I even looked at that. I have a friend of a friend who, they have created somewhat of an empire with selling marijuana paraphernalia and things of that nature. And absolutely dope. You look at it and you're like, wow, that's dope. Okay, that's money making right there. But how they do things and what they do when they do it, is just so different and so dope. It's like you can't just go out and just emulate that and think you're gonna make the same money too. You got to come a little bit different or something like that. You got to, again, it goes back to having a plan as to how you gonna make it happen. Even if you are copying somebody else, you got to still have those 5 things right there. And yeah, me and you gonna sit and talk, because definitely number 3, that other people's money. And definitely that plan right there. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna be open right now. I'm guilty of not having a serious plan for the start and future of the business. So I'm kind of like you, John. You know, started, was able to get in, do it, make money, but it's necessary. And having this conversation helps to understand how much more necessary it is to have a business plan. So I'm gonna be having this conversation just the same.
But here's the thing, and here's what I want people to understand: you're not the first, and you're not going to be the last. It's okay. And people think, "Oh, I don't have this. I don't have." It's okay. It's okay. You still have time to do it. It's okay. You still have time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mindset is everything. I think that I think if the person sets their mind, like I've always believed, and even I do it, practice it quite often, learning, as I've learned, that to finish something before you start. When I say that, I say, have you finished it? Say, well, I haven't started it, but have you finished it? You can't start something till you first finish it. And starting it and finishing it means you have it complete in the brain. I can see whatever I produce, or as a provisional patent owner and trademark owner, when I see my products, I see it complete before I even start working on it.
Yeah.
So it's really a mindset. And I definitely believe that a person's environment will change according to their thinking.
Oh, yeah.
If you're thinking a certain way, the environment will change for you. Automatically, will put the right people in your place.
Absolutely.
Will put the right people in your space. Automatically, you won't have to go search it, seeking it. If you're thinking of something so hard, poof, turn on the internet or something, you will see it. Somebody will mention it to you. You will see it in a commercial. If you think of it hard enough and complete it. I like to say this: focus, consistency, and patience. The first thing you got to have is focus, undenying focus. Don't let nobody disturb you from your focus. Consistent, being consistent in that focus, and have patience that it will come to manifest in your presence.
And that's what a lot of people don't have: patience. They want that overnight quick money, quick scheme money, and then get mad. It was a scam. Well, wait. All right. Well, they say if I spend 1,000, I get 5,000. No. You have to have patience, and you got to keep your eyes on the prize.
Exactly.
The big book said, well, keep your eyes on me, and I won't let you sink. You got to focus.
So let me ask a question real quick, John. You know, I listened to Dr. Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, right? And one of the things that's notated in there, you know, and this is a question for both of you, is that no man can rise to their greatest or highest talent and soul development unless they're rich. Okay. What do you make of that? Their highest talent and soul development unless they're rich, right? It's the idea that being rich gives you the ability to express more. What do you think about that?
Okay. So, you know, what is being rich? Now, rich is a concept, first of all. If you think rich, if a person believes that rich is in material things, you're sadly mistaken. If you think wealth is in material things, you're sadly mistaken. You were already wealthy when you was born on this planet. You were already wealthy. You have all the cells you need. You have all the functions you need. Your brain sends signals all the way to the tip of your finger and make your finger move. That's success. Success is actually just having an ideal and actually pursuing it. That's just success right there. It ain't whether you actually have it and there's thousands of people buying it. It's having the ideal and pursuing the ideal, because here's the thing. The human brain is a factory. It is actually a factory that can produce everything that you see around you. Everything you see was first produced in someone's brain. So In other words, you are already successful. So if you don't believe you're already rich, you can't be rich in this dimension. You have to see yourself as I'm rich. Fuck, ain't nothing in this fucking world that's more valuable than me. Nothing, not one damn thing. So if I have that view of myself, which is up here, guess what? The universe will match it for me. And it will prove this. It will prove my right. Right, it will prove that I'm right if I have that mentality that I'm already wealthy, I'm already rich. It has nothing to do with things.
And I am the prize. Yeah, man. And you know what's amazing is when you listen to that, the science of getting rich, or you listen, you read, whichever way you consume it. What you said, John, is everything that they speak of. You know, when you start talking about that, they are literally regurgitating the idea that it is more than material. It's mindset. It's your programming. Everything. It all comes together to help create a wealthy, rich life. Do either of you have the show playing in the background, Facebook or something, maybe? Because I'm catching. Okay, it might be.
So we can catch you Monday in your class coming up.
The class, yes, but it's $99.
Okay. Post that in our news feed on the comment, definitely.
Yep. If you go to the Tipping Point morning show page, then please on the comment section of this video, then post that class, post that information. Is it on website anywhere, or is there a website you might go to?
If they follow me like on social media, they'll be able to get it. They can follow me on Instagram at the Lady Brazilianaire. And read the link in my bio, and it's in there. It's Business Credit 101.
101. Awesome. You do those classes by yourself? Do you have a partner working with you?
Just me and Jesus.
I heard. Awesome. That is so awesome. Well, listen, definitely love having you on. I love your spirit.
Thank you.
The energy that you have is exuberance. You can feel that energy. I can tell that entrepreneur spirit is in you. I wish you well in your success, and definitely I celebrate that success with you, because it definitely is a sharing here of energy that I definitely want to see you succeed and continue to grow, and particularly continue to teach, because that's most important. You are here as a teacher to spread out that information.
And John, here's what's funny. I have it on my arm. It's in French. Je pense donc je suis. I think, therefore I am. And
wow.
Every single day. And I go, yep, I am.
Hey, and if you want to see what it actually looks like to wax a person, then you can go to her page and you can look at that too. And I'm gonna tell you what, with what I'm looking at, I see a whole nother product line right there.
Wait a minute, hold up for a second, Joe. Didn't I see you on a show, Panties After Dark? You got a new show?
Oh yeah. We got a new relationship show. And it's a very edgy title called No Panties After Dark. It's a remake. 10 years ago, we used to do this show, and it was a little more raunchy and stuff like that. But 10 years later, we done all grown up and all that good stuff. So we're talking relationships and trying to, bring the idea of what it looks like being grown up with relationships in this day and age. And through that edgy title out there to attract people, because you know how we focus on them triggers, John, sometimes, on purpose. But yeah, absolutely. I might have to take this product line right here for this waxing, and help you create a new product line.
Before we leave, gentlemen, and Joe, this will go into your other business. Go to Facebook and look up Mouthpiece Incorporated. See, John, there's a couple of things that I do that people really don't know about. And I saw a need that was needed in relationships. Again, supply and demand. So I teach classes, but go check that out. Mouthpiece Incorporated.
Mouthpiece Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, I think that even right here, if we do this right here, I think this could be a tool that could be sold in the metaverse. This is Karen. This is Heather doing a waxing right here. Look, I can say this.
Oh
I,
goodness.
I,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that was a man that you waxed. I'm
No,
just saying.
that is the mold, if you will. That's the mold.
Mm-hmm. Like
And
I said, I think that there's a whole nother product line there that you can sell to the metaverse right there. But nonetheless, I'm telling you, you are talented and you show your talents and you show your skill sets and you're not afraid to talk about it, which here's the thing. It's like people will talk about you if you don't share,
yeah,
and then people will talk about you if you do share.
yeah.
You know, you just can't please everybody out here,
Can't.
especially when it comes to us. We such a finicky, difficult people. White people don't even know what to call us. Melanated, black, blue. They don't even want to offend us. They can't figure it out. But I tell you what, shout outs to you for being somebody who is not afraid to step out there and share your world with people and share what you do and share the things that you've learned.
Thank you.
We appreciate it just the same.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anything before sis goes, bruh?
No, loved it. Loved it. Definitely want to have you back and to talk some more.
I'll be here.
All right, sis. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. You all have a great day.
You too.
All right. Folks, that was Sister Heather Weatherspoon, who, you know,
She's so dope.
And you know, not afraid to share. And if you want to hang out backstage, you can. And you know, it's all good. But John, you know, great show today. Amazing stuff. We heard from the, you know, Crypto Cliff with the crypto wrap up. We heard from Brother Leonard talking stocks and things. And then I want to get back real quick before we go to your new cash cows that you have going on. You know, how is it so far milking these babies?
Well, that was the first rollout. I had four of the displays out of the 100 that's coming. I took the 4 and just kind of critiqued it because they were still working with some things, and I really don't like. Maybe I shouldn't use this term, but I have to what is called nigger proof it. And what do I mean when I say that? Man, in the stores that I have in the hood, my displays have to be super strong because it gets knocked over, it get kicked, fights break out in stores, the whole display, like somehow somebody's always fighting near my display. Like, can't you fight near a refrigerator or something really hard? So, you know, I said, well, I need to create a new display, and I needed one bigger. I had a 20 count display. This is a 40 count display. It holds 2 in each slot in the 20 slots. It is bigger, stronger. It also has brackets put on it to keep it strong from breaking down. So I'm looking forward to it lasting in stores for 10 years or more. This is what I call real estate. Okay, so as you can see, I maintain at least 3 to 4 square feet of real estate inside of a store that I maintain, which is very easy to do, very simple. And I just basically come and maintain my racks and my displays. That's just one of my displays of many. Some of my displays are on the countertop. Some are like this one are floor displays. I'm coming out with a car spray with a pop-up display that will hold 12 to 16 bottles in a pop-up display for the countertop. So what I do basically is look to marketing my displays and by putting it in the stores in a very impulse aisle. This one right here is actually facing the door. When you first walk in, that's the first thing you see. And so basically it's about visual, where your product is at inside the store that creates a high intense sale.
Absolutely. And you know, when I used to do sales with Vitamix Corporation, then it was all about the real estate. So when I would go into a location, especially if it was a new location that I was being sent to do a show, then the people there, a lot of times they weren't as familiar with the sales of Vitamix. They weren't as familiar with how quickly these $350, $400 machines go. And when you start talking wholesale places like Costco or like Whole Foods, and doing shows in places like that, these people focus on their P&L statements, their profit and loss, their bottom lines. So it's all real estate when you start talking retail grocery, right? So from convenience stores on up, you start talking retail grocery, then it's all about real estate. And sometimes I had to fight about real estate, and then I had to get up there on the mic, do the show for 10 days and show them why they made a good decision to give me this space that I was fighting for. Then they come back and they're like, okay, I get it after the first couple of days, because this is going to be a high ticket item. It's going to sell. And that $350, $400 is going on their profit and loss statements every day. Right. So it's looking good to investors. But yeah, it's all about real estate, man. And it's interesting because even working in grocery as management, then I learned that just the same. So you are out there just doing your thing, man. And, shouts out to you just the same. You don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk, brother. So appreciate you and having you here on the show every Saturday, bringing that knowledge to the table, brother.
Definitely. No problem. I love it.
Well, I tell you what, man, it has been another episode of the Tipping Point Morning Show. Was any last things you want to say before we rocked out?
Don't we have Kyrie coming on next week to talk about his experience in Vegas at the
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to
it. It was a big event that had a bunch of different celebrity speakers, motivational speakers and such like that. And it was something where you had to actually drop some dough to go be a part of this.
Exactly.
And the first thing in looking at that is the idea of investing in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You cannot be afraid. Anyone who I talked to, from Miss Weatherspoon that was just on, to different people that we've had on our show, millionaires and such, they all speak about not being afraid to invest in your own self, meaning going out, seeking knowledge from other people that have already been where you're trying to go.
Right.
Okay. So that's what Kyrie's going to bring to the table next week, and going to definitely enjoy that conversation, enjoy those nuggets. And that is Kyrie Muhammad from Incredible Custom, right? Who does flyers, he does t-shirts, everything else out there, folks. So either way, we will see you once again next week, same place, same time. It is right here on the Tipping Point Morning Show.
Awesome.
Peace out.
Peace, brother.
All right now.
You are listening to The Tipping Point Show with your host, Mr. Just Ask Joe, John Yeah. Right here on WLOU. Stream it live on Facebook and WLOUonline.com. And now, The Tipping Point Show.
Hey folks, check out healthdandywow.net. 100% plant-based herbs and supplements. Whether you're in person or online, use the word tipping for 10% off. Remember, feel better, look great, healthdandywow.net. Remember, healthdandywow.net.
Habibi Trading Company, home of soap sticks and Saya Baba products. Over 400 locations at a store near you. Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky, Southern Indiana, or find yours online at sayababa.com. Again, that's sayababa.com. Habibi Trading Company, where you can find fragrances to incite your senses.
Thank you, Truth Be Told, for allowing God's Lives Matter to be a sponsor. Wearable Products, as the purple t-shirt, is bearing witness every life created by God has infinite value. Visit godslivesmatter.com.